I'm Anil Kumar sharing with you a good technique of sketching quadratic equations. You know, whenever you sketch a quadratic equation, you should get a parabola, right? So the question here is, sketch the graph of y equals to x squared minus 6x plus 4 by writing it in the form of y equals to ax times x minus s plus t, finding 2 points on the graph and deducing the coordinates of the vertex. So this is exactly the method to be followed, and we refer to this as partial factoring, right? So let me write down the term partial factoring for you. Partial factoring. So that is the strategy being used. Now let us explore what this strategy is. We are given y equals to x squared minus 6x plus 4. Partial factoring means we'll just factor the first two terms and not the whole equation, right? Now if you try to factor the whole equation, in this case you can't. 4 is multiples of 4 and 1, 2 and 2. They don't add up to minus 6. So you just can't factor it easily. But we can partial factor any equation which is quadratic. So partial x will always be common. Well, just take that x common and you're left with x minus 6 in this case plus 4. Now imagine what happens if I write x as equals to 0. If I write x equals to 0, right, so at x equals to 0, this first factor will be 0. 0 times anything is 0. So y is equals to 4. So I get y equals to 4. If I write x equals to 6, second factor is 0. 0 times anything is 0. I get y equals to 4, right? So I get y equals to 4 again. So that means I get 2 points on a parabola. Now this parabola is kind of opening upwards, right? And here I get 2 points which are like this, same y values. Now one of them happens to be at x equals to 0. So this one is the y-intercept, and this is called the image of y-intercept. So it says, writing it in the form of ax times x minus s plus t, that is the form, right? So this is that form. Finding 2 points on the graph. So these are the 2 points which we are talking about. Do you see that? These are my 2 points. Out of which, the first point is what? The first point is y-intercept. And the second point is image of the y-intercept. Do you appreciate it? Image means that if I draw the axis of symmetry, then the image. So now I can find axis of symmetry. How can I find axis of symmetry? Axis of symmetry will be in between, right? So we'll find axis. So at axis, average of two x values, which is 0 plus 6 divided by 2. In this case, it is at 3. Now on the axis, we'll have the vertex. That is why it says, and deducing the coordinates of vertex. So, and deducing the coordinates of vertex. That means substitute 3 here and find the value of y. So we get y equals to 3 squared minus 6 times 3 plus 4. You can use the calculator. Calculate the answers. 9 minus 18 plus 4, right? So it is minus 9 plus 4, which gives you minus 5. So we get the coordinates of the vertex, and in this case, coordinates of the vertex are, at 3 we have minus 5 value. Now all these points can help us to sketch the parabola. So let's do it. So we have a parabola, and okay, so that is my x-axis. So what we got here is minus 5 is my vertex at 3, and 2 image points which we found were y-intercept at 4 and x equals to 6. So what I will do is, I prefer to do is I just sketch, right? So 4 is there and 5, so I have to go further down, kind of like this. You understand, right? Kind of like this. Okay. So I'll just sketch my parabola and label it, but you have to do it on the graph paper. So this is the first point, 0 and 4, right? And then 6, and so here we have the image of this. This will be at 6, correct? So let me just show you here. This is my coordinate 6 and 4, right? 6 and 4, the second point. And then I do have the vertex here, which is at 3 and minus 5. So that is my minus 5. You get the point? and the axis is right there in between, correct, going like this. That is the axis, which I found by calculating average of these two values, 6 and 0, right? This is at 0. So this is the axis which is at x equals to 3. So this point is 3 for me. So that is the parabola. That is how you can sketch the parabola, right? So the steps involved here are following. Let's review them. First is partial factor. So this is partial factoring. Then find y-intercept. That is y-intercept. And then image. This gives you the image of y-intercept. So these are the 2 points we are talking about. And then find the vertex. To find the vertex, you need to find axis. So once you have this information, you can sketch the parabola. That is how you should do it. I hope that helps. We have another example, and then I'll give you links for other examples on partial factoring. I hope that helps. I'm Anil Kumar. Subscribe to my videos and learn a lot. Thank you, and all the best.